Do you suffer from toxic gut syndrome? If you're suffering from excess belly fat, skin problems, and daytime fatigue, trust me, you want to pay attention to this important broadcast in order to see what to do next. This concerns you right now. One of America's top leading specialists, Dr. Tunis Hunt, had this to say about the growing epidemic. Research is proving that this is not only a real health epidemic, but one that is negatively affecting millions of people. Thousands of men and women are watching this presentation, and by the time you watch this, it's estimated at least 33% of the population is already infected. Here's how to find out if you or anyone in your family might be affected right now. Do you crave sugary foods or high-carbohydrate foods like bread and pasta? Do you have digestive problems like bloating, heartburn, or constipation? Does your stomach stick out over your waistline? Or maybe you're even skinny fat, which means you're skinny everywhere else besides a visible protruding belly. If you said yes to any of the following, your gut and lower intestines may be accumulating undigested waste matter, which some doctors are calling toxic gut syndrome. And what's even more important is that this toxic fermenting waste matter, which may have been rotting for several years, can leak straight into your bloodstream, wreaking havoc on your immune system and even causing tiredness or cloudy and confused thinking. Celebrated author and pioneering medical visionary Dr. Mark Hyman, M.D., is quoted as saying, "It turns out digestive problems aren't just digestive problems. They can cause many other seemingly unrelated diseases, a fact that has escaped most people, including many doctors." As this toxic waste matter grows and swells inside your belly, unsightly weight gain is just the tip of the iceberg. The most concerning fact is that the symptoms come on gradually. Unlike Ebola, which shows up in days, your symptoms of weight gain, excess belly fat, fatigue, and the inability to sleep slowly creep up on you over months or even years, as this condition eventually takes over your body, and you end up with some kind of chronic, life-threatening disease, because you may have an undigested mass of waste sitting in your colon and intestines. Your body is working overtime trying to deal with it, which is almost impossible without a few key nutrients that might be missing from your diet, which I'll talk about in just a minute. And even while you're asleep, your body is working overtime attempting to break down this hardened waste matter. You're expending massive amounts of energy at night, so it's likely you wake up every morning feeling tired and fatigued throughout the day. Dr. Tim O'Shea is reported as saying, "The blood and the colon are so backed up with poisons that are accumulating faster than they can escape that the body tries an extreme solution: expel the poisons through the body's largest organ, the skin." Do you have skin problems? Is it excessively oily or dry? Does your skin seem to be aging prematurely, becoming lifeless, dead, and dull? That's because as your body tries to get rid of this toxic waste, the last resort is pushing it out through your skin, which causes itchy, dry rashes and blemishes. At the same time, totally overwhelming your liver, which prevents it from doing its real job, burning fat. Soon, I'll teach you the hidden cause of this condition, and you might be surprised to realize it's not what you think it is. I'll also expose how greedy corporations and even the government caused this condition in the name of profits and control. The good news is, we'll also talk with a doctor live on this broadcast who will tell us what we can do to fix this deadly condition, starting today, and how you can reclaim the health and vitality that's been robbed from you. By far, the scariest thing about toxic gut syndrome is how it affects your decision-making process, because within your intestines is a living network containing over 100 million neurons that rivals the size and complexity of your brain, so much so that Scientific American is calling your gut your second brain. The little brain in our innards, in connection with the big one in our skulls, partly determines our mental state and plays key roles in certain diseases throughout the body. Scientific American magazine. It can affect your mood, your thoughts, even influence the foods you crave. You see, 95% of the body's serotonin, nature's happy molecule, is produced in the gut. Have you ever had a craving for sugary sweet foods, snacks, or desserts like chocolate cake when you've been feeling sad or depressed about something? One scientist even compared toxic gut syndrome to having an alien growing inside your belly who's making your diet decisions for you. My name is Ron Lively, and I'm the head of research at Ultralight Nutrition. Ultralight Nutrition has become one of the fastest-growing and most respected health and wellness research laboratories in the world, and personal consultants to health professionals, elite athletes, politicians, and celebrities in more than 38 countries. You may know of our firm because of the work we did over the last several years, helping high-profile celebrities and wealthy clients optimize their health, lose weight, and reverse the signs of aging. To my knowledge, no other health and nutritional research lab in the world can match our record of success with high-end, demanding, elite consultation. I've spent the last 18 months working with my team of doctors and scientists to figure out a way to stop this epidemic before it's too late. Shortly, I'll expose the government motivations behind this condition, dating all the way back to World War I. Like many government programs, it began with good intentions, to help us win the war. However, as you'll soon discover, the unintended side effects and consequences have been disastrous to public health. To make matters worse, big multinational corporations have capitalized on this situation to line their pockets at the expense of you and your family's health. Big GMO companies like Monsanto are praying you don't watch this video. It's a tangled web of corruption, putting billions of dollars into the pockets of corporate fat cats and politicians. This is why it's so important to your family's health that you take a seat and make sure you pay close attention to this broadcast. You'll especially want to hear what our guest doctor, a specialist in this condition, has to say about it. What you're about to see and hear may shock you, but it may also save the life of your loved ones. Let's get started.
Warning, what you are about to see is raw and uncensored. We will be presenting controversial evidence which might be shocking to some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
It all started in 1917 by this man, Herbert Hoover. During World War I, tens of millions of people were starving to death, especially our allies in Europe. And Hoover felt compelled to do something to help. So he came up with a plan that sounded really good at the time, but it was a plan that would ultimately deliver disastrous results to our soil and food supply. This was Hoover's plan. Food will win the war. Wheat is needed for the Allies. Hoover prompted Congress to give money, lots of money, to farmers. Congress bribed them to stop growing fruits and vegetables, which would perish too quickly when shipped overseas, and to start growing grains by the millions of tons. Now, the real problem wasn't with the grains. The real problem is what happened to the soil when farmers grew grains by the millions of tons. The soil began to turn rancid, something they never imagined. You see, grains grown in mass production rob soil of many of the minerals necessary for human life. And since grains were being grown in ridiculous amounts, the soil paid the price. Hoover was president when the Great Depression of 1929 struck. Once again, starvation loomed over multiple countries, including the United States. And again, Hoover turned to grains, cheap to grow, easy to store, which depleted the soil supply even further. Soil that was previously fertile, healthy, and rich in minerals was now nothing more than acres of toxic dirt, used only for grain production. Why? Because grain farmers were guaranteed a paycheck from the government. The government agreed to buy surplus grains from farmers, so they were bribed to grow far more grain than was ever needed. The end result was over 250 million bushels of wheat purchased and stored by the government. With millions of tons of grain left over, the government began promoting the idea of eating more grains to the American people, just to get rid of the surplus. Similar trends began in Europe, Australia, and Canada, and over time, the government discovered something. Grains were cheap to produce, and people were becoming addicted to them. Now, grains in moderation are fine for you to eat. In fact, with the proper amount of digestive enzymes, you can eat practically anything you want. Even gluten, a protein found in grain products that is linked to several diseases, can be safely eaten if you have the right enzymes to digest it. However, the corporations who profited from this grain boom wanted more than moderation. They wanted addiction, because addiction meant more profits. In 1936, it went too far. So far that the scientists and nutrition experts of the day sounded the first alarm. The controversial Senate Document 264. It was written by a prominent medical doctor, Dr. Charles Northon, who saw the crisis at hand and shifted his research to agriculture. This document, which I'm going to read excerpts from in just a minute, proved conclusively that our soil was now producing dead foods. Here's the original document from the United States Senate. Let's look at a few passages. You'll see for yourself that even as far back as 1936, soil depletion was becoming a national crisis. The alarming fact is that foods, fruit and vegetables and grains now being raised on millions of acres of land no longer contain enough of certain needed minerals, are starving us, no matter how much of them we eat. Senate Document 264 reads like an Armageddon movie script. Authorities see soil depletion, barren livestock, increased human death rate due to heart disease, deformities, arthritis, increased dental problems, all due to lack of essential minerals in plant food. And this was written in 1936. And it's only gotten worse, because this document concludes with an urge for the government to add vitamins and minerals to the eroding soil supply, which failed and was soon given up on years ago. Giant corporations like Monsanto eventually turned to GMO, genetically modified organisms, as a drastic measure, just so that they could keep food growing on the dead, infertile dirt. GMO is a clever way of tricking the vegetable into growing, despite having almost zero nutritional value. As of today, our soil has become far more toxic due to pesticides, hormones, synthetic grains, misuse by overgrowing, and pollution that was totally unheard of in 1936. And even if produce is labeled organic, the fact remains that it was still grown in dead, lifeless dirt. By the early 1970s, industrialized nations were so hooked on grains that governments took further advantage. And the food pyramid was born. The food pyramid encouraged eating massive amounts of grains, up to 11 servings per day. Now you know why. The corporations were profiting by the billions, and the result was soil depletion to a degree that was unheard of in previous generations. Tens of millions of acres of Earth's soil was raped and pillaged over and over again, and it has only been getting worse. Dr. Steve Weston says, according to a 1992 Earth Summit report, when compared to 100 years ago, American soils are 85% depleted of the minerals and elements that we need to assimilate for our well-being. Notice that report was over 20 years ago. Imagine what our soil's health account is like today. I think you'll agree with me. It's in bankruptcy. You might be wondering how soil depletion is affecting you and what impact it's having on your health and the health of your family. That's an excellent question. And to answer that, I'm going to introduce you to one of the world's leading experts on the topic, Dr. Holly Lucille. Dr. Holly has been featured on Emmy Award-winning health and wellness shows. She's got her own TV and radio show, and she's appeared alongside other global change-makers like Bill Clinton, Oprah Winfrey, and Angelina Jolie in Time magazine's Top 100 Most Influential People alt list, partly due to her work with enzymes and restoring natural digestion. And she served on the research and advisory board of one of the largest health companies in the world. Welcome to the broadcast, Dr. Holly. Now, before we begin, and this is quite interesting, I understand both your parents were pharmacists. How did that influence your medical career?
Well, Ron, growing up in the Midwest and watching my father climb the corporate ladder at a major pharmaceutical company, it gave me the unique insight into the world of medicine. Anytime I was sick as a child, my parents' default answer was, "You don't feel well? Here, take this prescription drug." And for whatever reason, this approach always bothered me, and I continually asked a question that would serve me well later in my medical career, which is why?
That's a great question to ask, Dr. Holly, and it leads me into my next question. Can you tell us why soil depletion is so harmful to our health and the health of our families?
Ron, what we're talking about is truly the largest silent killer in today's modern world. Thanks to soil depletion, we are eating foods that contain very little natural enzymes. Let me start with the basics. An enzyme is simply a collection of large molecules that have a specific function. They sustain life, literally. And without enzymes, life would be impossible. So there are several types of enzymes. Digestive enzymes are what allow you to digest the foods that you eat. Systemic enzymes keep you alive by sustaining metabolism and your energy production. And you're supposed to get the majority of your beneficial enzymes naturally from the foods that you eat. But this only happens when your food is grown in rich, living soil. And I mean, if we still lived naturally, our foods would basically digest on their own, which would extend your potential lifespan dramatically. For example, when you eat an apple, that apple should contain enough living enzymes to help digest the whole thing. But because our soils have been stripped and pillaged to a fraction of their pre-grain growing nutritional value, today you need to eat up to 9 apples to get the minerals and enzymes that used to be present in one. You would need to eat up to 18 carrots instead of one, up to 27 servings of spinach instead of one, and so on. The bottom line is you would have to eat up to 67 servings a day of fruits and vegetables just to get the minerals and enzymes that you require. So much for adding nutrients to the soil, because it simply isn't working.
So, what about meats? Would a meat and vegetable diet solve this problem?
Oh, hardly. All store-bought meats come from animals that either eat these lifeless grains, producing meats that are devoid of enzymes, or by grazing on grass, which is better, but grass still depends on soil, so it all comes back to soil. You literally cannot find a food that doesn't depend upon soil, not one. The fact is, your body was never designed to digest dead foods, any more than it can digest a stomach full of rocks, which leaves you with a body full of dead foods and undigested mass of rotting flesh and dead cells that pollute your blood. Makes it as thick as pea soup, which makes you sick, tired, leaves you with a severely weakened immune system, and you can't fight off disease. Digestive problems can lead to all kinds of issues like chronic pain, inflammation, allergies, and even skin disorders as your body tries to push this toxic waste out of your body through your pores. And because you're not getting the nutrition that it needs from its food, your body finally adapts by doing the unthinkable. It leaches nutrients from your vital organs. And this causes a host of life-threatening diseases. So slowly over time, well, it could be too late for you to act.
Wow. Toxic gut syndrome is really frightening. Fortunately, there is something our viewers can do to reverse the damage before it's too late. And I'll explain more about that in just a second, but first, let me ask you. People say that you are what you eat. Is that true?
Unfortunately, Ron, as popular as that saying is, it's just not true. You're not what you eat. You are what you digest.
Powerful stuff. Thank you so much, Dr. Holly. So, to summarize, the bottom line is this. Like Dr. Holly said, our soil today has become so deprived of minerals that our food no longer contains the enzymes necessary to provide you with vital nutrition. Without enzymes, food is dead matter, and your body cannot live on dead matter. So, your body is forced to cannibalize itself, leaching nutrients from your muscle tissue, joint cartilage, and spinal column, vital organs, and eventually, your brain, leaving undigested food to rot and fester in your intestines and colon. The result is fatigue, as your body expends energy trying to deal with the undigested mass, and eventually, death. You may have heard they discovered John Wayne had 40 pounds of toxic sludge in his intestines when he died. Not even he was immune from this condition. However, when you restore adequate enzymes in your body, in the way I'm about to show you, you will use the nutrients inside the food you're already eating, fully digesting everything you eat, leaving you with a flat, trim waistline and without sacrificing the delicious foods you crave. The purpose of this video was not to scare you about the condition of toxic gut syndrome. Instead, we created this broadcast to help you and your family solve this problem once and for all. Here's the good news. People around the world are discovering a simple way to get the enzymes you need to combat toxic gut syndrome. Here's what one of my clients had to say after just 3 months of regular use of the broad-spectrum enzyme brand Prolazyme. I tried Prolazyme because I was dead tired throughout the day, despite getting 8 and sometimes 9 hours of sleep every night. I had a caffeine addiction, and it was impossible to get anything done without it. I'd get home from work and crash on the couch and had no energy to go to the gym or play with my kids. I ended up gaining a bunch of weight in the past 2 years, and it really started to affect my social life. It was humiliating. I got Prolazyme based on a friend's recommendation, and 3 months later, I have never felt this good in my life. I still enjoy coffee because I like the taste, but it's no longer a crutch to make it through the day. I now wake up early every day so that I can go to the gym before work, and I'm also finding that I don't need as much sleep as before. I've also lost nearly 30 pounds, and I'm feeling fantastic. I haven't felt this good since college, and I'm loving what I'm seeing in the mirror. Thank you so much. Marie S., Orlando, Florida. Enzymes are gaining so much attention from the academic community that discovery of the immortality enzyme telomerase recently won the Nobel Prize for 3 American scientists. The prize went to Elizabeth Blackburn, a professor at the University of California in San Francisco, Carol Greider, a professor at Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine in Baltimore, and Jack Szostak, a professor at Harvard Medical School in Boston. It's really a big deal. And that's not all. In a study published in Nature Reviews Drug Discovery, researcher Paul Byrne, with help from Bayer Research Center, discovered one of the most critical enzymes that has been severely depleted in your body is called pancreatic triacylglycerol lipase, or PTL. And what makes this PTL enzyme unique is that it directly targets fat. In this research, Bayer was trying to isolate this powerful new discovery to develop a drug to fight obesity. Wouldn't it be wonderful if you could get the same benefit by simply including this powerful enzyme in your daily supplementation? I'll show you in just a minute a simple way to supplement with PTL. But the bottom line is this. The PTL enzyme takes the fat you eat in foods and converts it into usable energy. Meanwhile, you're giving your key fat-burning organs, like your liver, a much-needed rest. And that allows your liver to do what it's designed to do, burn your body fat for fuel. That way, you melt away more pounds of your stored body fat while preventing dietary fat from being packed on around your waist, hips, thighs, and face. Without the PTL, the fat you eat in your diet will be stored as fat on your body. And even worse, without the PTL enzyme, a deadly form of blood fat called triglycerides accumulates, making your blood super thick, and this leads to the most deadly and painful kind of heart attacks. Enzymes aren't just great for breaking down unwanted fat surrounding your organs and lining your arteries. According to researchers at Erasmus University Medical Center in Rotterdam, people who take pain reliever pills, including ibuprofen, are 76% more likely to develop the lethal condition atrial fibrillation. So please, put down the over-the-counter pain relievers and pick up Prolazyme if you want that youthful feeling without risking liver damage or a fatal heart attack. Think back now to the time when you were a teenager. How you used to run, jump, and play without a care in the world. You never even gave a thought to stiff joints, right? How would you like to reclaim that feeling again? Thanks to Prolazyme's high concentration of an enzyme found in pineapples called bromelain, stiff and tired joints are refreshed and renewed, Studies showed that bromelain, along with two other enzymes also found in Prolazyme, were as effective as common over-the-counter pain relievers. And bromelain was also shown to help those with serious knee issues, all without the dangerous side effects of synthetic pain relievers. Listen, I used to take ibuprofen rather frequently. I would often feel aches in my joints, soreness in my muscles, stiffness in my neck, and I also suffered from nagging headaches. All that time, I thought I was just growing old. Little did I know, my body was depleting its enzyme supply, and that I could restore myself without these drugs. Fact: you'd have to eat 13 pineapples a day to get the amount of bromelain found in just one day's serving of Prolazyme. Let's be realistic. In today's world, eating 13 pineapples in one day is nearly impossible. Who wants to never eat out at another restaurant or never go over to a friend's place for dinner? With Prolazyme, there is now a better way. Scientists have recently figured out how to replenish your body with enzymes without having to change your diet at all. They've been able to put these microscopic powerhouses into pill form so you can take them with your meals. They offset the bad foods you eat, restore your enzyme reserve bank, and give your body a much-needed break. Once this happens, all sorts of exciting changes can happen in your body. You have more energy, feel more alert and more active. You can focus better on work. You feel smarter, more productive, more creative. Many people no longer have the need for coffee or caffeine, as your body is now able to get more energy from food and tap into it easily. Now, unfortunately, as more people are becoming aware of the effectiveness of enzymes, many fly-by-night companies have sprouted up, selling low-quality blends that are too weak to show any effect. At Ultralight Nutrition, we took a different approach. Our team of researchers spent 18 months analyzing 987 different clinical studies and reports by respected institutes such as Harvard Medical School, Cambridge University, Stanford Medical, and many more. Our goal was to develop the most powerful enzyme solution ever created, one that would quickly and efficiently destroy the toxic gut syndrome and prevent it from ever coming back. Prolazyme is a truly synergistic enzyme supplement, combining the power of digestive and systemic enzymes, key vitamins and minerals missing from your diet, all into a uniquely coated capsule that releases these life-generative powerhouses slowly into your system throughout the day to the parts of your body that need it the most, giving you 24-hour protection against the ravages of the modern-day nutritional and enzymatic deficiencies. Unlike any other supplement, Prolazyme's patented Superzyme Activator, a proprietary blend of the most powerful digestive and systemic enzymes, works in partnership with Prolazyme's essential vitamins and minerals, nutrients that have been robbed from the foods you're eating, to give you sustained natural energy, more fat-burning power, renewed mental sharpness and clarity, a younger, more refreshed look to your skin. Remember, without enzymes, life cannot exist, and you're currently missing many of the critical enzymes, vitamins, and minerals you need in order to stay healthy. World-renowned enzyme expert Dr. Edward Howell is quoted as saying, "A person's lifespan is directly related to the exhaustion of their enzyme potential, and the supplemental use of enzymes decreases that rate of exhaustion and thus results in a longer, healthier, and more vital life." Prolazyme is no longer just a pleasant addition to your life. These enzymes are a requirement for it. And with Prolazyme, you can demand optimal digestion and get your flat belly back. Remember that a lot of weight, up to 60 pounds, can be toxic belly sludge trapped inside your stomach and intestines. Just dead or rotting food, hopelessly stuck inside your belly and clinging onto your intestinal walls like a vice grip, creating what's known as fecal impaction, where because your body is lacking the proper digestive enzymes to break it down, your body's waste product has become so hard and petrified it becomes lodged permanently in your lower intestine and colon. And because the passageway of your intestines is no longer smooth and supple, it has become encrusted and blocked, so even more waste product becomes trapped and begins to accumulate. The waste buildup begins to rot and stew, which, instead of being excreted properly, leaks putrid toxins back into your bloodstream, wreaking havoc on your immune system. Just like when cancer metastasizes and spreads from one organ to another, the putrid waste leaks from your intestines into your bloodstream, where it begins to infect other organs like your heart, brain, liver, or kidneys. Fecal impaction ruins your body, making you dead tired from carrying around all that extra weight, and destroys your self-image, and gives you that just swallowed a watermelon look that we all hate by forcing your belly and lower stomach to extend out. In fact, that's the same exact reason you'll see starving children in third world countries walking around with huge distended bellies. Obviously, it's not from overeating. It's from lack of getting the proper nutrition and enzymes to break down their food properly. Fecal impaction also damages your self-confidence, which can lead to all sorts of problems, including a lack of desire for sexual intimacy, and that can ruin even the best of marriages, while it sentences you to a life stripped of the pleasure and freedom you most desire. I want something so much better for you. A life free from fecal impaction, because Prolazyme is finally allowing you to digest every bite of food you consume, while it helps break down that fecal impaction, giving you a trimmer and flatter-looking waistline. I also want you to experience what optimum digestion will do for your sex life. I'll be candid here. It's something you have to feel to believe. Remember, just like Dr. Holly taught us, you're not what you eat. You are what you digest. And when your digestion is going at 100%, you can eat the foods you desire without any worry about fecal impaction, which is really unwanted pounds on your body. With Prolazyme, you'll also unleash the power of the real fountain of youth. Let's be honest. One of the reasons you're still watching this broadcast today is that you desire to look and feel younger, and that's perfectly fine. Dr. DeKey Fuller recommends enzymes to prevent aging from ruining the skin and complexion, specifically the enzymes found in abundance in Prolazyme. And she calls ample doses of these enzymes a fountain of youth. And I think she's right on the money. Here's why. Scientists currently researching how and why we age and exploring ways to reverse actual aging now agree that aging occurs when the body's protein supply becomes dehydrated, causing wrinkles, a dried-out-looking face or prune face, withering muscles and sexual organs, and loss of hair. Research confirms that the proteases found in Prolazyme, which are enzymes that target the protein in your food and stomach, may help rehydrate the proteins in your skin, literally reversing the signs of aging caused by protein dehydration from the inside out, which is something the lotions and creams will never do. Because, let's face it, while lotions and creams attempt to cover up the signs of aging on the outside, they never do anything to replenish the skin-rejuvenating enzymes and proteins on the inside. And best of all, you'll experience these benefits while being in the best mood of your life, since the enzymes found in Prolazyme help the hypothalamus to function, which has an uplifting effect on moods and awareness. Now, you might think a formula like Prolazyme that can do all of this should cost quite a bit of money. And you're right, it really should, and usually it does. However, because you've watched this far, it shows you're committed to your health and smart enough to take action today. Plus, as you realize by now, this pandemic is killing us, and that's the exact reason we're practically giving this away. First, let me ask you a serious question. What is your health worth to you? What is the health and safety of your family worth to you? Can you even put a price on this? I'm sure you'd pay a king's ransom for the assurance of health and protection against the accumulation of toxic gut syndrome, for you and for those you love. It's true there are alternatives to Prolazyme, so let's take a look and see how they compare. First, you could opt to go to a pancreatic doctor. Then you would follow that appointment up with a visit to a stomach specialist, then a doctor who focuses on the liver. And of course, that would add up to weeks, if not months of time. And even with insurance, it would cost you several $100s at the very least, if not thousands of dollars. And while doctors are great, most doctors are not like Dr. Holly, a specialist in treating toxic gut syndrome naturally, without drugs. Of course, any drugs these doctors may prescribe will have costs and serious side effects. Another alternative would be to consume only organic fruits and vegetables and grass-fed meats. Of course, you'd have to consume 67 servings of fruits and vegetables alone, all eaten raw. And even if you tried juicing that many vegetables, you'd have to drink 9 gallons of liquid. So, if you have the appetite of King Kong and could even eat that much food, your food bill would be thousands of dollars each and every week. Which leaves Prolazyme as the only smart choice for all the proven health benefits of properly combined and dosed enzymes, vitamins, and minerals. With our proprietary Superzyme Activator and our all-day delivery time-release capsules in a broad-spectrum, all-in-one solution. This is truly a remarkable time in human history, one that finally allows us to effectively overcome this epidemic with all natural enzymes, vitamins, and minerals. As much as your ancestors from the 1930s might have wanted Prolazyme, they were simply living in a time that didn't allow for it. You see, the human genome has finally been cracked, allowing scientists to unlock the secret power of enzymes, specific enzymes found in Prolazyme. These formerly unknown enzymes are now available to the public only through Ultralight Nutrition. Enzymes that aid in gluten digestion, a brand new health concern that just came to the public light a few years ago, allowing you to consume the breads, desserts, and grains you enjoy without fear of painful indigestion, fatigue, and ridiculous weight gain. Enzymes that virtually resurrect dead skin, giving you the appearance of aging in reverse. Fat-dissolving enzymes that help you melt off extra weight and use the dietary fat in your foods for energy instead of just adding another inch around your waistline or hips. Protein-saving enzymes that ensure you keep those precious calorie-burning muscles nice and firm. And a breakthrough that's literally less than a year old. A way to blend and deliver these enzymes to make sure your stomach is protected and that your body has a constant supply of these life-renewing nutrients all throughout the day. This is truly brand new because most of the competition's enzymes are destroyed by stomach acid before they can have any beneficial effect. There's nothing like Prolazyme, and while that's fantastic for you, others will not be so lucky. Big Pharma is close on our trails, and just as they've done for years, they're wanting desperately to take control of this brand new science, in particular, our proprietary coding system that guarantees our enzymes are delivered to the organs and tissues that need it the most. Which is why now is the only time for you to claim Prolazyme for yourself at nearly 50% off our retail price. Only right here on this page today. Let me tell you about your discount now. As you've seen, the only other alternatives to Prolazyme are very expensive, costing you on average $575 a month. Our normal off-the-shelf retail price for a single bottle of Prolazyme, which will last you a full month, is $89.95. And this price does not include the $195 in free bonuses you're about to receive. And I'll share that with you in a minute. Now, at $89.95, a bottle of Prolazyme is still an absolute bargain, as it powerfully restores your body's youthful energy, joints, skin, and drive, while preventing fecal impaction, creating that flat tummy look we both love and desire. However, because you've proven to me that you care about your health, and you're concerned about your family as much as I am, I want to assure you that you will not have to pay $275 a month, because Prolazyme requires no prescription at this time. In fact, you won't even pay the normal retail price of $89.95 per bottle. You won't pay $79.95, and you won't even pay $69.95. Today, right now, your total investment in your health and renewal, courtesy of Prolazyme, is only $49 for a 1-month supply. And if you select from one of our family bundles on the next page, you'll save even more. So click the button below this video right now and select the Prolazyme bundle that's ideal for you and your loved ones. You just need to act right now, before this broadcast is over. Otherwise, I simply cannot guarantee this discounted price in the future, and there's a good chance that our prices will have to go up. due to the outrageous demand for Prolazyme and our ongoing efforts to ward off Big Pharma and protecting you from paying even more in doctor bills and prescriptions in the future. Also, only when you decide to act right now, I'm going to give you, free of charge, 5 youth-renewing bonuses, valued retail at $195, to help you look and feel even better and do it even faster. Just know that when this broadcast is over, so is this special offer. Your 50% discount plus your free bonuses worth $195. That's a total savings of $235 just for acting today. Once this broadcast ends, I'll be forced to retract my special offer for you and pass it on to the next lucky person who's tuned in right now. So click the button below and select the ideal Prolazyme bundle perfect for you and your family. And do it right now so I can lock you in at today's discounted price forever, meaning you will never pay more than you pay today for Prolazyme. Even if we're forced to raise our prices, your discounted price is a lifetime guarantee. As you select the bundle you prefer right now, let me put your mind at total ease. Just like every product Ultralight Nutrition delivers to you and our community, Prolazyme comes with a complete, total renewal, 100% satisfaction guarantee. Try Prolazyme on my dime today. Pick up as many bottles as you desire. Use them for a full 90 days on me. If you're not absolutely thrilled to the point of raving about Prolazyme to everyone you meet, totally ecstatic over the results you're seeing in the mirror and feeling every day, results that grow stronger and stronger each passing week, results that everyone you know can't help but compliment you on. And if you're not 100% thrilled about your energy levels, your waistline, and the glow radiating from your skin, simply return the unused portion or even the empty bottles of Prolazyme, and I will personally issue you a complete refund right down to the last penny, with no questions, no hard feelings, with total ease. And I guarantee we'll stay friends no matter what you decide. And just for giving Ultralight Nutrition your trust today, I'll only ask that you keep all the free bonuses I'm about to show you, just for your time. Again, these bonuses retail for $195, and I absolutely insist that you keep every one of them as a gift from me to you. Your first free bonus is the Prolazyme 14-Day Fat Flush. Now, you can finally experience weight loss like you never have before. All as your body literally flushes its fat cells by a natural, little-known process in your body that acts like a release valve. Once triggered, this creates what we call rapid lipid release. Lipids are simply fats stored in your blood and cells, and you want to get rid of them as efficiently as possible. The 14-Day Fat Flush was designed to work with Prolazyme, so when you combine the two, the results are even more dramatic. The Prolazyme 14-Day Fat Flush retails for $37, yours free today. You'll also be receiving one of the most popular special reports we've ever created, the Hypermetabolism Cookbook, because every day can be cheat day when you have Prolazyme on your side. In the Hypermetabolism Cookbook, you'll find a quick and easy guide to creating your own mouth-watering desserts for you and the whole family to enjoy that also switch your metabolism into overdrive. The great thing about taking Prolazyme is it allows you to eat the foods you crave and love without the guilt that goes with it. Because you're speeding up your metabolism at the same time, you'll be able to treat yourself with the foods you love. Just a few of the 21 delicious treats you'll find include Fudge Frenzy, Triple Strawberry Swirl Cheesecake, Pecan Caramel Crunch Ice Cream, and luscious Lemon Cupcake. The Hypermetabolism Cookbook retails for $31, yet today it's free. You'll also get the 5 Minutes to Perfect Abs cheat sheet, because Prolazyme is going to help reveal your abs, maybe for the first time in your life. And don't get me wrong, a slim body looks great, but a slim body looks even better when your abs are toned and defined. The 5 Minute to Perfect Abs cheat sheet is going to give you a selection of quick and easy shortcuts to targeting your abs without painful sit-ups and crunches that do more damage than good. This is the shortcut those fitness experts don't want you to know about, Retailing at $39, you'll get 5 minutes to perfect abs today for free. You'll also be receiving Bedroom Secrets of the Hollywood Stars. Uncover the spicy secrets these Hollywood megastars use to spice up their love life and add some erotic adventure to their relationships. Inside, you'll find out what this famous Hollywood starlet uses to reach 8 mind-blowing orgasms in just 1 hour. Yep, you heard right. 8 orgasms in one night. Prepare yourself for the best sex of your life. Find out what this 80-year-old male actor uses to keep his young wife, who happens to be almost 50 years younger, up all night begging for more. And by the way, it has nothing to do with the little blue pill. His marathon sex secret is guaranteed to leave your partner gasping in ecstasy. You'll learn what this A-list couple used to turn the heat up on their wedding anniversary. Warning, it's super hot, and just reading it is guaranteed to turn you on. Bedroom Secrets of the Hollywood Stars retails for $29, but you're going to get it for free when you order today. My remaining gift for you today is one designed to optimize the effects of Prolazyme on your largest organ, the one everyone sees and talks about every day, your skin. Celebrity Anti-Aging Secrets is yours today for free. You'll find out what is using to look 32 when she's nearing 50. And it's not plastic surgery, Botox, or anything else you may be imagining. What shocked me was never washes his face. His 20-second secret forever changed how I look at aging, that's for sure. There are many more examples I could give you, of course. I'll just keep you in suspense, and all I ask is that you keep these celebrity secrets hush-hush. Celebrity Anti-Aging Secrets retails for $59, yet I'm going to go ahead and give it to you absolutely free when you order today. That's over $195 worth of health-restoring bonuses yours today, free, with your purchase of Prolazyme. And the best part is, you'll get instant access to all of these, just as fast as you can place your order right now. And I assure you, these unique bonuses are unlike anything you've ever seen. And speaking of unique, I want you to remember this. Prolazyme is also unlike any other product on the market today, due to its proprietary Superzyme Activator Blend. Superzyme is the only guarantee that your body is protected against the harmful leaching of vitamins and minerals that occurs when you're not absorbing proper nutrition from the food you eat. Also, Prolazyme's 24-hour time-released capsules ensures the enzymes you take are working for you around the clock, targeting the areas of your body that demand the most attention, replenishing your enzyme reserves throughout the day, even while you sleep. There's only one Prolazyme. Every other formula we tested was a weak imitation at best, and downright harmful at worst. So, which of the many benefits of Prolazyme will you experience first? You may experience what it's like to feel fully charged and energized for a whole day, perhaps for the very first time since you were a kid. Many of our customers report feelings of total mental clarity, often within a few short days of taking Prolazyme. Others say it's like a subtle feeling of euphoria. Imagine that kind of day for a moment. You wake up ready to go, full of energy from the moment your feet hit the floor, glowing with confidence. You go about your day with a feeling of power, ready for any challenge and having more fun along the way. Others notice that you're more joyful, that your mind seems at peace, and you look more comfortable in your clothes. They can't help but compliment you on your skin, hair, and body by saying, "Did you just get back from a vacation? You look so refreshed." It's as if you're aging backwards. You come home that night with as much energy as when you started your day, eager to play with the kids or just spend some intimate time with your partner. And you drift off to sleep effortlessly, with the assurance that you've taken a simple yet crucial step today toward optimum health, simply by taking Prolazyme. Remember, peace of mind is a gift you deserve, and Prolazyme is ready to give it to you. Even more good news. Prolazyme can help you in ways you may not realize. Take Prolazyme before a test, an important meeting at work, or any time you need more mental power and focus. Take Prolazyme before you doze off at night to help you melt away more stored fat through the power of the fat-eating enzymes within each and every capsule. If you're planning a night out on the town, perhaps a wonderful dinner, be sure to take your Prolazyme capsules with you. Because now, you can eat without worrying about feeling bloated or the embarrassment of gas, belching a foul odor, or fretting over your waistline feeling too tight from fecal impaction. What a relief. You definitely want to take Prolazyme if you're needing to feel more calm. Several enzymes in our proprietary blend help you feel more tranquil by increasing natural opiates, the feel-good hormones. This really comes in handy when you're on a first date, when you're going to see your child perform on stage or play at a sporting event, on the day when you pay the bills, or when you have an important decision to make. And you know, there are many among us who are concerned about the future. We can't say for sure what will happen tomorrow, yet one thing is for sure. You can store Prolazyme away if you ever feel as if you need survival insurance. Just make sure to keep it cool. A few of our customers stockpiled Prolazyme. One gentleman even put away 2 years' worth in his basement. You know, there are times in your life where the right decision is obvious. This is one of those times. By now, it's obvious you want to protect yourself, your family, and those you care about the most from the ravages of toxic gut syndrome. And it's obviously true that you deeply care about living a life that's not measured in minutes, rather measured in decades, where, imagine it with me, you're so full of energy and life force, you now fulfill your greatest dreams, creating a legacy that makes everyone around you beam with pride. You're healthy as well as wise, thanks to removing all of that toxic gunk from your body, allowing it to restore your ideal weight and metabolism. You're confident, with an upbeat energy that projects, now that is someone who's on top of the world. However, that life you just imagined requires you to make a choice today. A choice between two possible paths. A path of inaction is one choice you could make, if you're not the person you've convinced me you are. One where you sit by and do nothing, and wish for your present health conditions and lack of energy to just go poof, as if a genie in a bottle granted you a request. Now you know full well that genies do not exist, and that only you control your life and destiny over the next few moments. And you also know that without taking positive action today toward the life of your dreams, full of health and vitality, carried in a body that is radiant, fit, and trim, your body and your life will not just stay the same. Everything will get worse from the moment you leave this page without claiming Prolazyme and your rightful path to optimum health. You will age faster. Your intestines will begin to become even more blocked and swollen. You will eventually be stricken with a condition that may very well rob you of your life and leave those around you asking one simple question. Why? Why did you take the wrong path when the right path is so easy and so obvious? I truly desire a life so wonderful for you, and all you have to do is make the wise choice today. Click the button below this video, select the Prolazyme bundle that's best for you and your family, and put yourself immediately on the smart and proven path to a life that's fresh and new, feeling as if the world turned back the clock just for you, and knowing that you've secured for yourself protection against toxic gut syndrome, as well as the best possible deal you will ever see for Prolazyme. This is truly the best possible investment you can make today, an investment in your health, your peace of mind, and your family's future. So now is the time. Click the button below and select the Prolazyme bundle that's ideal for you right now. Thank you. And I look forward to receiving a personal message from you within a matter of days when you share your incredible results you'll see and feel now that you have Prolazyme in your life.